Hey, what's going on YouTube? Frisky here with another Destiny video, and we are going to close out that subclass setup mini-series, super mini, 3 characters, 3 episodes. No sense breaking this thing down into 9, one per subclass. Let's finish it out with my Titan, PvE and PvP build, and what I use for each one. Let's start with the fan favorite, the PvP Sunbreaker. Let's go right into it. Look at that armor. Look at that armor, guys. Alright, this is my setup for Sunbreaker when I use it. A lot of times I feel bad using it, but here we go. Incendiary Grenade, just like my Hunter and my Gunslinger. I always rock increased control no matter what. It's just how I roll with the jump. I damn near use that jump in every fucking portion of my Titan. You'll see. I use Forge Master, throw more hammers. You can throw, 94 of them? It's fucking stupid. It's like 7 or 8, but it's quite a bit. I use Stoke the Forge. Just reduces the Sunstrike cooldown. So for your next one, getting a kill with it instantly recharges it. It's just how I roll. I usually don't rock Melting Point. Melting Point is a PvE deal. I'll kind of explain that here in a minute. A lot of people use Thermal Vent. It releases a solar explosion. So, you punch somebody, now they got a fucking solar spot, and they got to get out of it. Again, this is what I use. I use Stoke the Forge. Okay, I use Flame Seeker. Tell you why here, and I don't use Explosive Pyre in a minute. And I'll also tell you why you should use Explosive Pyre if you, I guess if you don't use a certain piece of gear. But tracking is honestly the best. I mean, let's be honest. Throw that motherfucker and it turns. Pretty good. Pretty good, huh? I don't use Fleet Fire. I don't really care about my agility and reload speed. I really don't. I mean, you have to be killed by your fire, so it's not even like weapon kills like the Gunslinger. So I kind of stay away from that one. And then I use Cauterize because reasons. Because Element OP reasons. Cauterize. You can use Simmering Flames, when your super is full, if you don't plan on using it, but I think it's a waste for PvP. And then Firekeeper is pretty cool. When you pop it, it'll launch a little fucking sunspot. You gain an overshield. That's nice. These two are interchangeable, but you're not going to get health on kills. I think Cauterize is the OP one. You got a lot of different setups that you can do with your Sunsinger for PvP. So the reason I don't use Explosive Pyre is because my Immolation Fists come with it. So I usually use Immolation Fists. I will rock Crest of Alpha Lupe if one of my other teammates is in Trials, and then I'll still keep tracking on. But Explosive Pyre is pretty nice. Again, same thing goes for all my other subclasses in my other 2 videos. Use the weapon, or use the gear that corresponds to your weapons. If you're rocking a sniper rifle, get a chest piece with sniper rifle ammo. Also, try to get a chest piece that has, like, armor with the subclass you're using. It's not always going to happen, but it's good. I mean, it's good, I guess, defense. Reduces incoming arc burn grenade, or arc burn damage. There's been tests out there all over YouTube where apparently it doesn't really matter all that much. So, quite frankly, I really don't care about increasing or reducing the damage of what elemental damage I'm getting in or the subclass that I'm using. I want the ammo. So sniper, machine gun, shotgun, rocket launcher, sniper, rocket launcher, shotgun, machine gun, whatever you want to use. That's just what I use. Let's go on my PvE build. My PvE build, I still rock incendiary grenades, believe it or not, for mobs. Occasionally I'll switch to fusion grenades. They're still nice, but it's just what I use. I will change between Forge Master and Scorched Earth. A lot of times I will do Scorched Earth, especially for like Golgoroth if I'm not one of the bubble guys and I'm, launching fucking hammers at him. It just creates all those sunspots all over the place. Again, your prerogative. Note that the Firekeeper will only work for you. Your teammates stand in your sunspot, they're not going to get an overshield. For here, I use Melting Point. Reduces their shields, the enemy shields. I want to let you know that Melting Point and Tether don't get along. Tether will override it. So, couple like weapons with Tether, weapons with Melting Point, things like that. But don't do Melting Point and Tether. The Tether will override it, suck it dry. For this one, I usually don't. I mean, I'll use tracking. I mean, this one's completely up to you. Honestly, I would use Explosive Pyre for PvE if you're not using the Immolation Fist, because in my opinion, you probably should be using Ruin Wings, even on your Defender class, because Helm of Saint 14, even though how phenomenal it is and how phenomenal it was in year 1, I don't ever feel the need to use it to blind enemies. Like, I just don't ever feel that need. So I would rock Explosive Pyre. And then here is your choice again. I mean, I usually run Cauterize because it's nice that I know I'm going to get my health back. But, you know, Firekeeper if you want some overshield, you know. But, again, it's totally your prerogative. And then, again, like I said, Ruin Wings. Just my choice. Let's move on to the Defender class. Arguably I don't know, the Titan's really good. I don't know if it's my favorite. PvP. Don't use PvP very much. I really don't. I don't use it a lot. Defender for PvP. But if I were to, here's my subclass setup. Suppressor Grenade, hands down. Suppressor will take away their jump. It'll take away their, their super ability to be able to pop it. A lot of people like the magnetic. It is stupid. It does suck right into you. Not as bad as fusion, but it will do it. But that's the setup that I use for grenades. Increase control, always. I'm always going to do, depending on, I guess, what you want to do. Blessing, if you want that extra mini overshield, I guess. You know, I don't know. It depends on really all that you want to do. Armor of Light. Armor of Light with the Immobius is fucking great, huh? Kills with inside your Ward of Dawn. Do not expend ammo. Kills inside your Ward of Dawn. So you can't just shoot it, but kills. But anyway, didn't mean to back out like that. That's really your prerogative. I always run the Unbreakable no matter what. I just want it recharging faster. While Force Barrier is active, all your melee kills create orbs. I don't melee kill enough in PvP or PvE to really fucking even matter. Bastion, always Bastion. I must say again, always Bastion. Yes, people like Relentless because it increases the strength and duration, and people like Gift of the Void to create orbs for your allies. But honestly, it's Bastion. Without Bastion, your bubble lasts 30 seconds. With Bastion, your bubble lasts 45 seconds. Bastion. And as far as Defender, Iron Harvest is nice in PvE, but we're on PvP right now. But it is nice in PvE. But I always run Illuminated. Just grants me, the extra gift. Or I guess you could do Untouchable for the extra armor, and get your bubble back a little bit sooner for PvP. For PvE. It's pretty much the same. I'll still use the Suppressor or the Magnetic, depending. And then it depends on my fight. For hard mode Oryx, if I'm the only Titan, I'm probably going to run Blessing. If I'm 2 Titans, I want 1 Weapons and 1 Blessing. Overlap them, especially for War Priest, and then you'll get both effects. I'm obviously going to run Unbreakable. I don't do melee kills enough. It's just I want it to recharge quicker. And it gives me a fucking Force Barrier. Bastion. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. I'll say it again. Bastion. And then I run Illuminated. Illuminated increases the benefits for you, not for your enemy, or not for your allies, but for you. What are my builds? PvP, I'm usually rocking, I don't know, whatever you want, honestly. No backup plans are nice because if you're rocking a shotgun, because, it'll, as soon as you get it, it'll give you the Force Barrier. Rock a gauntlet that has the weapon that you use, reload, speed, I don't know, you want to use Helm of Inmost Light. This is all your prerogative. I still say it again, just like I said in the other 2 videos, use gear that increases the ammo and the reload speeds for the weapons that you use. That's my recommendation. Building it around your intellect, discipline, and strength, how you want to roll it, does help too, but honestly, I'd rather be able to reload faster and carry more ammo. I'll worry about the throwing grenades and whatnot when I'm actually in there. Finally, Striker. Year 1 favorite of mine. I love the Striker class. I don't use it as much anymore, but I love the Striker class. PvP. Lightning Grenades. Lightning Grenades. Armamentarium. Lightning Grenades. 2 grenades. Lightning Grenades. Lightning Grenades, people. Flashbangs are nice. Pulses are meh. Lightnings. Stick these motherfuckers to a wall, and it's great. They're kind of useless on the ground. You always want to stick them to the wall. Again, increase control. I use a Shockwave unless I'm trying to do some type of control. Then I'll do Aftermath. I usually stick away from the Death from Above because a lot of times it can be a little buggy. You can jump up in the air and go to Death from Above your enemies. It'll Titan Smash right into the ground right below your feet. So I just stay away from it. I do the Shockwave, try to get an extra enemy that's out in the distance, or unless I'm doing a control point. Amplify, kills with it, reduce the cooldown. I don't know. I guess it's really your point, or how you want to roll it. Some people use Discharge. It's your choice. I'm always going to use Aftershocks. Always, 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 always. This increases the duration of your Pulse Grenade, your Lightning Grenade, and the Aftermath, which I don't really use all that much, but it will increase the length of it and the duration. And then I will use Shoulder Charge. I usually don't use Unstoppable because Shoulder Charge can come in a play a lot more. I can use the way I word this is I try to benefit my subclass based around how I play continuously, not based on 1 or 2 times I'm going to get something in a match. So the Unstoppable, although it does give you more armor, is only going to be that perk is only going to be able to be used a couple of times a match because you have to use your super. The Shoulder Charge you can use, well, anytime you fucking sprint. Just note that I know a lot of people will be running and they'll be fucking Titan skating and then they'll pop their Shoulder Charge because it looks cooler, it sounds cooler, gives you that extra boost. I know Destiny isn't no Tom Clancy Splinter Cell shit, but if you're trying to be sneaky and you pop your Shoulder Charge, they're going to hear where you are. Try not to do it. Just my recommendation. PvE. PvE, I'll actually still usually rock Lightning Grenade, although I'll go to Flashbang here and there, depending on what I want to do. I'm going to run probably Aftermath 9 times out of 10. I'm still going to use Amplify because the melee in here isn't really that big of a deal. I'm going to rock Aftershocks as well. Note that Transfusion is nice. Kills with your Storm Fist or Shoulder Charge immediately trigger health regeneration. They're nice, but they're not like the Warlock melee where it gives you your health or it gives you like an overshield or anything. I'm building my subclass around things I use most often. So what am I going to use more? Am I going to throw more grenades, more lightning grenades, or am I going to try to melee kill shit? I'm throwing more grenades. Just how I word it. And then I will actually probably rock Unstoppable because Shoulder Charge is just not really PvE material. Neither is the Striker subclass, believe it or not, but we're doing them all here. What gear do I use? Honestly, depends. PvE, I'm still rocking Ruin Wings because they're nice. Crest if you're in trials. Again, weapons, reload speed, ammunition. These weapons are nice, or these armors are, these helmets are nice. Use whatever you want. You want the tracking on your rocket launcher for PvE. Do you want the Death from Above and Headstrong while using Aftershocks, and fucking Aftermath or whatever? Go ahead. Your prerogative. Do you want Insurmountable Skull for it? You get an extra melee charge, which, by the way, works very well with Sunbreakers on Melting Point. You get 2 charges. Is that what you want? Do you want Helm of Inmost Light with the bubble? This is all your prerogative. My best advice is try to build your intellect, discipline, and strength however you want it stacked. Anybody in the world can tell you till they're blue in the face. Intellect and discipline all the way. It's your choice. You want to run a lot of Melting Point? Then build your strength. It's all your choice. It's a game. It's meant to be fun. You play the game how you want to play it. I just recommend building your intellect, discipline, and strength around how you want it, but really maintain toward the weapon reload speed of the weapon you're using for the incident or for the encounter that you're in, and the ammunition for the weapons that you're using. It's honestly probably the best advice I could give you. But anyway, guys, that concludes my Hunter, Warlock, and Titan subclass setup for PvE and PvP. I hope you all greatly enjoyed it and maybe got something out of this. I know we're like a year and a half into Destiny, give or take, and people are like, yeah, Frisky, I fucking get it. I know. But you know what? I want to help people. I want to help the little guy. And maybe there's somebody just coming on who wants to play Destiny, and they got it, and they find my video. I want it to be helpful. I want to try to cater to everybody. So anyway, guys, positive rating is always appreciated. I thank you all very much for watching, and have a great, great week.